So this is going to be the first of two like horror-centric videos I'm going to be talking about, because one was news that came out yesterday, and I'm going to be talking about the news that came out today. And I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on the new trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines. Now, the first trailer, I got to be honest, was just a death scene. And it didn't really, I'm going to be honest, it didn't grab me. When I first saw that first trailer, I was just like, okay, it's just one death scene, and nothing really nothing's really working for me. You're not doing anything. In fact, it's a pretty escapable death, if I'm being honest. It really did feel like this was a very escapable kind of death scene. And if I am to be honest, I was like, I don't have this isn't instilling me with a lot of confidence. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say, is that it really did feel like you're not giving me a lot to work on here, and what you are giving me isn't instilling a lot of confidence. Now, this trailer, however, made me go, all right, now you've piqued my interest. And yeah, I feel like this should have been the trailer from the get-go. This really should have been, without a doubt, the trailer that they started from the get-go. And yeah, it's actually got a cool premise. Now, the story is that we get more of the story in that it doesn't follow the descendants of the other movies, because I'm like, that doesn't make it. That's what I thought, and I think a lot of people thought so too, was that we're following the descendants of the people who survived the other movies. I know it's there's a gap there, but that's not too long of a gap. And yeah. But it's a little different. Here it follows a family of apparently the first person who ever got those psychic premonitions of the death. And it's in the 1950s, a period. I would love that. I think that should be the next movie for a Final Destination movie if this one does well. I think that should be the next Final Destination movie, is a period piece movie. Set in the 1950s or 60s, because that looked really cool. Aesthetically, that looked really that whole, the needle falling apart, I'm like, oh, I didn't know I wanted a period piece Final Destination movie, but yet here we are. How lovely. So I think that should be, that really should be the next one. That really should be the next, that really should be the next movie. Because I feel like we've done enough in the present time. So that should be the next project, is a kind of prequel. Anyway, so the grandmother of this family has been writing a journal, and as we all know, old people who write journals of mysterious things going on work so well, of all these mysteries. Isn't that right, Gravity Falls? And we get little nods that she's been following along all these other mysterious deaths of the other movies. So now Death has decided to cycle back to their family. We don't know why. Probably because the plot demands it. That's the easy answer. I would, that's the real easy answer, if I'm being honest. It's that the plot demanded that Death finally come back, because it's why? But I want to know, why did Death wait so long? I hope they don't ignore it. I really hope they don't ignore that plot thread of why did Death wait so long to come after this family if this woman's family was the first? To escape his grasp, and why did he focus instantaneously on the other ones? If they can answer that, that will be fine. I don't want it to be never brought up. Because you just opened the door. You just showed all the other. And I know that's it's meant to be an Easter egg to all the others, but at the same time, you just opened that door. You have to be in the movie, you have to say in the movie, why did Death wait so long to do this? And yeah, I know it's kind of a minor thing, and there's a good chance, because God knows these movies aren't known for, high-end storytelling. We just come for the Looney Tunes-esque carnage. But that's a me thing, I guess. Anyway, so we also get what looks to be some really brutal deaths. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like this should be the only trailer they reveal, because now I feel like if they do another trailer, they're just going to spoil the deaths in the movie. They're just going to spoil the kills, because the ones we've seen so far, the ones they just cut off, I'm like, that's good. You've shown more than enough. unless you do like I don't even want like a full on like Red Band trailer. Thankfully, Warner Brothers, and I'll give them this much, New Line Cinema at least, they aren't like Sony, where they're just going to throw out 90 trailers and give you and you can just piecemeal the whole movie together through that. So, but yeah, I kind of don't want another trailer because now you run the risk of spoiling it. I am permitted to say that I am not the biggest Final Destination fan. I like the movies, but I've never been like, oh my god, I love Final Destination. It's been more like, I enjoy it because I know what it is. It's Looney Tune gags, but gone to a gorier level, and that's all. That's all it needs to be. But yeah, to have a new Final Destination movie after so long is kind of cool, and the premise, at least, because I was like, I even said when they showed the first trailer, I was kind of the mindset of, yeah, what are you going to do to make this one interesting? And thankfully, they've got enough premise there to make it interesting. So I do appreciate that. I really do. But yeah, among other things, it makes me want. It was really cool. Let's actually talk about this because I was waiting to talk about it. It was so cool to see Tony Todd again. And I know, and real quick, just to be clear, I know a lot of the promotional work for this movie says it's the final performance of Tony Todd in movies. That's a little wrong. That's just a little wrong. It's sadly his final performance as Bloodworth in this franchise, which is really sad. But, however, this is not his last movie. His technical last movie, as far as I know, unless something else that he did gets released posthumously, which could easily happen. As far as I know, technically the last movie he did, again, something else could be released from between there and here, and even afterwards. They did that. There were like 3 movies after Anton Yelchin died that were released posthumously, so you never know. But the last movie Tony Todd did, as far as my knowledge, was this movie called Stream, which will be coming out later this year, I think around August, September. I saw a trailer for it when I got the special preview of Screamboat. So that was really cool. That movie looks really fun because it looks literally like the Expendables of horror movies, because you've got you've got not only Tony Todd, you've got Dee Wallace, you've got David Howard Thornton, you've got Jeffrey Combs, you had Danielle Harris, you have, I think they, like, if I remember right, there was also no, Kane Hodder was not in it. Ken Kernzinger, I think, yeah, that was the other name. All they're missing is Robert Englund, and we got a movie. We got the real Expendables of horror movies. Anyway, so yeah, I'm getting back on topic. I just wanted to bring that up. Yeah, it's a cool premise. But again, I think the trailer just turned me on more to the idea of, can we just have a period piece Final Destination movie? Because there's so many unique kills you could do in the 50s, 60s era and really do something cool with it. I think that would I think the possibility is really open. So yeah, I think the idea just turned me on more to that than anything else. But whatever. Anyway, fucking chair. Yeah. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of the trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines? Did you guys like it? Hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.